When I moved onto the street, it was 1972, and Wanda was there. Slowly, we sort of built a relationship with the next door neighbor. She was very kind to the children who were on the street, and slowly she started telling me a bit about herself and how at one point the house had been sort of the Lithuanian gathering point or sort of a consulate. She told me about her husband who had died, I guess, 10, 12 years earlier than that. By the time we met, not a lot of people came and to visit her. And at one time when I was helping her, I happened to be in her basement. I can't remember just exactly why, I think to lift or to move something for her. And she pointed out to me that there were some valuable old papers and documents, not really worth real money, but they were important. And so then in 1979, when she died, the house just sat empty for a while. And then one day we noticed that there seemed to be activity. And the next morning when I was going out to go to work, it was kind of wet, light rain and so on. And I saw a pile of boxes and some broken furniture and things put out in the garbage in front of her house. And one of the boxes had broken open and spilled out, and there were some documents, so, that looked pretty nice. And so I thought, I should do something. I had a feeling that they perhaps could be important. So I grabbed the boxes as best I could. I was running a little late to go to work, so I just stored them in the garage. And then stored them in here so that they would be warm and dry, and hopefully keep the documents from deteriorating, because I didn't know where and when I would be able to pass them on. I think for the first year I didn't really realize what they were, but when I moved them into the house, after a short while, but still didn't really open up all the boxes. I just noticed the one broken one, and it had beautiful binders and so on. And but when I actually went through and started looking, I thought I should try and get them, or at least find out if they were important or if anyone wanted them. And so I went to the Lithuanian Hall on Bloor Street and went in to try and ask if they would be interested in getting them. And after maybe a week or so, a man did come to the house, and we went downstairs into the basement and opened up. In particular, what I thought was really important was a huge map of Lithuania. It's about 2 meters by 3 meters, really hand-drawn, all inked on what seemed to be light canvas. So when I showed it to him, I thought he would be overly impressed. But he wasn't. He said maybe it was a draft or something. He said, looking at it, said, well, I will contact Ottawa, but he never got back to me. I never heard anything more from him. Yeah, they just sat 40 years, there. I was totally unaware of the hunt that was going on by the Lithuanians trying to find it. At different times I told people that I had them, thinking, maybe I would be contacted again. But no, they just remained there in the basement. I went through and I made a list of what I had, And then I started looking at who was signatures and so on. I think of it, I was the person who brought them in, but it was really my wife who was key to getting them out. We went to the Lithuanian cemetery. We stumbled upon it on a drive and got out, walked around, and then we saw that there was the Lithuanian, the archives and the museum and so on. And my wife looked up, found the contact and called. And once again, the next step is that Danny, who is the lady who was there, took an interest, said yes. It was sort of the opposite reaction than before. And so I think a lot of credit has to go to Danny saying, yes, could you bring them out? We would love to have a look at them. So we loaded them in the car, and my wife took all the boxes out, and that was it. Danny recognized what a treasure it was, and then continued on.
Kanadiečių perduoti dokumentai buvo labai mikrobiologiškai apkrėsti. Šitoje kameroje dezinfekuojanti priemonė yra eterinių aliejų mišinys. Jis yra visiškai nekenkianti dokumentam, kokie bebūtų. Išsiimsim dezinfekuotus dokumentus ir nešimės į skyrių ir pradėsime juos restauruoti. Šiuo metu skyriuje restauruojamas didelis Lietuvos Rusijos 20 metų taikos sutarties žemėlapis. Jo plotas apie 10 kvadratinių metrų. Galim pamatyti, kad nuo vandens atsirado tokios labai negražios dėmės. Mano tikslas yra išvalyti šitas dėmes. Tam aš naudoju specialų audinį, mikrofibrinį, iš vienos ir iš kitos pusės. Supurškiu audinį distiliuotų vandeniu. Ir tada švelniai voleliu jį voluoju tą žemėlapį per tą audinį. Tokiu būdu žemėlapis labai saugiai yra valomas, jisai nesuplyšta, o tos dėmės po truputėlį tiesiog sueis į tą audinį.
Restauruojami yra tik tai tos dalys, kurios yra sunykusios, tai yra pažeistos pelėsių ir popierius yra supuvęs, sutrūnijęs ir išbyrėjęs. Taip pat bus atrestauruota ir drobė, ant kurios yra uždubliuotas popierius, žemėlapis, nes nuo drėgmės yra visos dauguma popieriaus atšokusios. Jos bus sutvirtintos, paklijuotos, kad galima būtų naudotis. Darbas yra labai lėtas, už tai, kad yra labai didelis. Taip, šitos dalies fragmentas buvo atrestauruotas su japonišku atstatomuoju popieriumi, parenkant gramatūrą atitinkamą originalui, atrestauruotas ir dabar jisai yra paslegiamas, kad išdžiūtų tarp vilnonės gelumbės. Uždedam svorį ir laukiam dabar, kada fragmentas išdžius atstatytas. Klijus verdam taip pat patys, kviečių krakmolo klijai ir jie yra nevienodo tirštumo, už tai, kad popierius nevienodo storio yra ir naudojami pagal popieriaus storį naudojami klijai.